into this. So how are you? This is Liam O'Gogan here. I'm up here in the west coast of Donegal, and on the other end of the country, we've Michael Finnegan on the other end. So hiya, Michael.
How you doing, Liam?
Okay, so this is this is a bit of a test. So Michael, Michael's wife Yvonne, who's involved with our music stuff, contacted me yesterday and was just saying that in their motorhome, which like most of us, our motorhomes have been lying up for a long time, but you were trying to get the heater going, which you hadn't normally used. I mean, you wouldn't be used to using it because you don't really have terrible weather in Ireland, isn't that right?
That's right. Yeah. I did have it going once, but I totally forget how I got it going. So I just can't remember how to operate the panel on it.
Right. So again, Mike, so we said, look at how can we work on this idea where, 4 or 5 hours away from each other, and we're in COVID time, etc. And I thought that in relation to the idea of the whole international cohort of men's sheds, that I know that of the thousands of men involved in men's sheds, somebody out there watching this video will say, oh yeah, you push this and you push that and you push the other. And my interest is, imagine if guys were able to collaborate with each other on all sorts of things, how helpful and enjoyable that could be. So if you're into motorhomes and you want a bit of gas, fun, or turning on the yokes, the good news is, starting off, I don't have a clue. And starting off, Michael haven't looked at it, is at the end of his tether. Now, you said to me you'd contacted a couple of mechanics, etc., and probably a bit difficult at this time. And also, not a lot of people know, they don't get people who are used to doing stuff with motorhomes. Isn't that right?
That's right.
So what I suggested we might do, I said, look, why don't we just do a Zoom call? And we use the idea of remotely using, so Michael, if he uses his rear camera, at the moment it's his front camera, good lighting, etc. If he switches to his rear camera and acts like the external robot, the remote, and he and I can discuss the issue. And what I'm going to try and do in this end is, insofar as we're looking, I'll be looking up stuff on the web if that's in any help to us at all. So maybe just to set out before you mentioned something about the mobilizer, just give us some of the background, Michael. It might help explain it.
Well, the immobilizer at the moment seems to have cut off, but what I'm trying to do is just operate the heating system inside the vehicle from the control panel. Right. Inside the vehicle. So
again, just to explain to people, it's the engine immobilizer, which is there for protection against the vehicle being stolen. But that's faulty. And you said you'd gone on to some websites.
There's a chap going to call and see about that.
Yeah, but there's also, you said it seems to be a common enough problem with that model of a motorhome, and when you went on to some internet groups, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, it seems to be when the vehicles get a few years old that the immobilizer can give problems and they have to be replaced.
Right. So again, we don't know if that's going to affect that we're going to do. So do you want to, so literally all I would suggest trying these things, because this is very much a trial. My sense when I tried to do this remotely with a guy down in the men's shed is that if you move the camera too fast, obviously it's very hard. So you almost have to do it in slow motion. Now you'll be able to see through your screen everything I'm seeing. So yes. You're really an extension of my arm and wrist. So if you want to, do you want to turn on the back camera then and look, and then we'll have a look at the thing first, right? Excellent. So I just get, it's an Ebersprecher. Just spell that for me.
Yes. Give me that. Just give me 1 second. I'll spell it for you now.
Yeah. Could you hold it steady? I'll be able to see. It's E-B-E-R.
Eberspacher.
Right. So
and actually, a D4W.
Right. So I was just going to do that on an iPad, but I'll do it on the PC here, because if I find anything, I should be able to. It's a D4W, isn't it, Ebersprecher?
Either D4 or D5W. It's one of them two.
Okay. Well, we just put in a D5W and we'll just see what it comes up. So anything I come up with then. Manuals, error codes, and guides. Okay, that's interesting. So I think that this is it's a diesel heater. It's not your, like in our motorhome we have a gas trauma system. Am I right in saying you think it's I think
it's a diesel heater.
Right. Okay. And so let me just see here. I have let me just see. I've come up with something here which suggests that it's a manual. No, it didn't help. That didn't help. Hold on. Okay. So I have a water heater, a B5D5W. Let's just see. I wonder, is there, okay, let me see the controller with it. Control elements optional. So I don't see a specific controller that looks like that. Okay, but I do have wiring diagrams and all the rest with this, okay? So, okay. Right. So I'm looking at a D5W, okay? I'm just gonna look at, so I'm going to download 2 different PDFs, Michael.
Okay.
Now I have to say that I see a control panel, but it doesn't look exactly like yours. So
yeah, well, that's the problem I had. I was trying to find some information that would give me instructions how to operate this one, but the only ones I could see were different types of control panel that didn't match mine.
Yeah. So what made you think it was D4 or D5? Is that written anywhere?
Yeah, it's written on a booklet that came with the camper van.
Okay, all right. So I'm just going to put D4 and control panel. Let's just see if I can put in control panel and just see if something comes in there with that, right? Control unit. Okay, so let me just.
The vehicles are 2001, so maybe they have a newer version of it that coming out for newer models. This vehicle was made in 2001, so it might be an old model of the D4 or D5.
Actually, it's not a control panel. It's a display unit. I probably need to display a panel. Right. I just changed the word there to a display panel. I've got things, but they have wires, etc., inside them. So anyway, what's your weather like over there today? So
it's pretty good today. It's a little bit of a breeze.
You had much snow or anything, have you?
We had snow a few days ago, but it's gone now, and I think there's forecast for a little bit of rain in the late afternoon, early evening.
Right. No. So I'm just going to look at all I have things that look sort of like them. I'll just see if I can find. I'm looking at images here at the moment. So just what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a screen. I know it'll be small. Actually, just come back and look on your own. I just share with you. Now that I see that, I just put a screen on and we can share it. But that'll also become part of the recorded video as well. So the screen, just confirm for me if you see a screen full of images there, Michael.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so the term I've put in there is for an ever sprecher, S-P-R-E-C, ever sprecher display panel. Let me just put in there images, okay? So I can see that they're obviously the same type of unit, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And strangely enough, I'm just seeing if there's anything there. So it would be called, like there's one Airtronic. Okay. And the other thing is, do you know physically where this device is? Is it underneath that seat there, do you think?
Under the seat, there's a unit here. But what I'm not sure of, when I looked underneath it, there's like a water tank, because I think it heats the water as well.
Right, so does it look, that's a thing called an Airtronic. So I'm not sure, maybe that's not that one there. Do you see that device there? And I know it's a little bit small, but if I just let's see if I can zoom in on it there.
I know, I'm zooming in here myself on it.
Yeah. So that type of, is that what it looks like?
Yeah, well, the only thing I can see under the seat is like there's like a radiator with the water goes to it, and then there's a fan mounted on the back of it.
Right. So
and then the pipe work seems to leave there and go under the vehicle. So I think part of the unit is actually fitted in the engine bay, and then it's piped back to it pipes the water.
Right. Can you I'm looking at your camera now, and I'm wondering, can you show me anything underneath, or is that that's on a sidewall? Yeah. So where
just give me a moment. I have to just move.
Yeah. Okay.
One or two things here.
Yeah, not a problem. In the meantime, I'm going to try and see what I can see in this Eversprecher the installation man. So I'm just going to look at this.
Right now,
All
when
right.
I go, that's the water tank.
That's your water tank, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's the cold water tank. This is the tank that heats the hot water here.
All right, that just looks like a hot water cylinder, which is insulated. Is that right?
Now I go a little bit further underneath here. Hold on, I'll just get another light, another camera with a light on it.
No, all right, yeah. The picture's not that bad. So that's the unit, isn't it?
That's the unit there. You can see there's the pipe, a little radiator, and then on the back of it is a fan. Now this is the part that the hot water goes into here, and then the fan blows it through, and obviously the wires go back to the controller panel. But the actual unit that heats the water is fitted in the front engine somewhere.
So I'm just that you think that's like a heat exchanger, that panel there? Is that all you think it is?
The heat exchanger. The cold water goes here, it becomes hot, and then. So what I'm not sure is maybe the unit won't work unless the water is hot, and I don't know whether I can, from using that control panel, whether I can switch it on and heat the water, or whether I have to have the engine running to do it. I'm not sure which.
Right. Okay,
but
so
I think I should be able to have it working without having the engine running, because otherwise, if you park up somewhere, you can't have heat unless you leave the engine running all the time. You should be able to switch the engine off and operate this system from the control panel, that it would switch on, it would heat up the water, send the hot water to this unit here, and the fan should blow it through.
Yeah, so that seems to me very logical that's, that it should, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing is then it makes me, because I see the fan there, I'm just wondering, at the very minimum, it'll have to get 12 volts to somewhere in the system. So when you mentioned to me about the immobilizer, the question I'm wondering, is there a fact that the 12 volts is not getting through to the system?
No, well, yesterday when I was fiddling with the buttons yesterday on it, I heard the fan would kick in and switch on, so the voltage was getting to the fan. It would come on, but then the next stage of heating it didn't happen because probably I didn't have it set right.
Right.
The power definitely is getting to it.
Okay. So when you say the power, okay, look, I'm looking here at
the fan kicked on for about 45 seconds. You can hear it running in like a test mode, and then it switches off. And then I think it doesn't come back on then until I think the way it operates, Liam, is when you switch it on and you have the settings right. What it does, it goes through like a safety mode. It switches the fan on, and that it registers the fan's working. Then it's meant to register that the diesel's getting to the little heater. Then the heater comes on, and when it's checked everything, all the procedures are working, then it starts up and runs for a few minutes to heat the water, and then the fan comes on when it gets to a certain temperature.
Okay, so I'm going to share screen with you again, because look at this may not get resolved in one sitting, but what I'm hoping, I have an idea around here, Michael, if we can capture some of the essence of the problem and maybe put it out there and see if somebody comes up with a solution. So what I just want to share a screen with you now. So I've been looking for that Eversprecher heater D5WS workshop model, and it comes up with this thing called a hydronic. So I'll zoom into this. And it does seem to say the same sort of codes. And actually, it is Eversprecher. Actually, sorry, I've been using Eversprecher, And I just noticed it. 12 volts. That's what it says. Functional diagram, sectional diagram. So again, for not only for you and I, but for any viewers. So I'll just look. I'll just show any viewers what's involved. So this is, at least it's in English. That's the first thing. And there's a diagnosis section, but there's a drawing. I'll just zoom out of it. So there's a drawing of the overview of the system. So it looks, as you said, there's a burner unit in here.
Yes.
There's the control unit up here, and the obviously the heat exchangers and ignition units, etc. down here. And so What I don't actually obviously see is fans or anything just there. Just let me have a quick look and I see, at least this is a manual, which I could probably then download. And I want to see if there's some thing here of what it says. I'm just looking here. It says, fuel is diesel, commercially available, 12 or 24 volts, heating capacity, 5 kilowatts, fuel consumption, that electric power consumption at startup, 100 watts, less than 100 watts, high set and low set, and 12 watts. Yes, we got that. Under voltage safety switch built into the control unit switches the heater off at approximately 15 volts or 28 volts. It strains upper voltage switches the heater off at 12, 15. No, that's incorrect. The low voltage switch off is 10. So there isn't any issue that your battery is down. No, that's not a bad.
No, my battery on the vehicle is on a trickle charger, has been for weeks. Okay, and it's a new battery fitted, and then the vehicle is plugged into the mains anyway.
Okay, right. Okay, so first check the following if faults occur. Check fuel level, mechanical damage components. When making transition to winter operation, still a summer. So I'm just going to blow into that so we can both see it. Now, check voltage supply at terminal 30. Right. So disconnect the 8-pin S1B1 plug. And now we'll have a look for where it is, measure the voltage at this. So we've got some checks that we could carry out there for starters, okay?
Yeah.
Now that's assuming that we're talking about the same unit. So let me just look and see if anything looks like this. So there's a okay, so there seems to be, can you see I'm moving a cursor around there?
Yeah, okay. I can see that, yeah.
So that looks to me like your control panel units there, right? On that I'm moving it, and they seem to come through this multi-core connector here, this S1B1. So I'm just wondering, obviously, where is this thing? Is that what you're saying? Where's this big unit here, the actual burner?
Yeah, well, I think that's somewhere fitted in round by the engine somewhere, I think.
Right.
Because there's a diagram in one of the leaflets that come with the vehicle showing the heater, and then it shows the unit under the bonnet at the front in the engine.
You don't happen to have them with you there now, do you?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay, no, I'll just stop this share because again, you could probably, if you laid that out in a paper and held the camera at ease, at least we'd throw that into the mix as well, all right?
Yeah, just doing that now. Right.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of showing that the water tanking unit's here, but it's showing at the front here.
So yeah, just okay. So I see. Yeah, just hold that steady there. Yeah, the diesel blower hydro. Oh, okay. So that name hydro. Yeah. So it, obviously, yeah, we're on the same page in relation to that. Yeah. So I suppose you know what I'm interested in is whatever that connector is. It'd be good to find it. So, so the control panel. What it doesn't show. See the thing that's underneath that you showed me there, Michael. Right?
Yeah.
Does it show that? Well, yeah, I see that part. But you know the one on the other side or in behind it where the little fan was?
Yeah, well, on here, on this, it shows you that's the fan thing there, you see. See?
Air outlet, yeah.
Yeah, it's showing you the air outlet. I'm just trying to get a...
And what's at the back of it? What's at the back, top right at the back?
Well, that's the water tank.
All right, okay.
Which is that tank there?
Yeah, your water tank is, yeah.
Yeah, that holds the water. But it's showing that the hydronic, the actual unit that heats it is in the engine. But I think actually with this here, it's only a matter of switching the control panel to the right settings. I think everything should be working. It's just a matter of going to this panel and switching it on in the right order.
Okay, so the panel that I see on this one looks somewhere. So maybe we can just go look at the panel now, right? It looks somewhat different. But let's see if we can find out something about it. It does obviously look, but the only thing is my sense is when I see that's what's available, that somewhere or other it'll be possible to get the correct diagram for that. Okay.
Right. Well, I'm just going to look through there. There's another few pages here, and I think the diagram for it and instructions might be in this.
Okay. Well, you have a look at that. Meanwhile, as you're looking for that, I'm just going to. The reason I'm going to share a screen is that it's captured in the video. So I'm moving off your camera and I'm just getting any viewers here. So just to say to you, the control panel, if you're a viewer that we're looking at, is different on what it shows in this particular manual. And as Michael said, look at, you know, this might be 15, 20 years old or something like that. So a modern panel may look somewhat different. And we probably need to look at that. So I just want to see what's here.
Right, I do have a page here, Liam, now.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing, so we go back to your camera again.
Right,
yeah? Okay.
Here we are.
All right.
Now, I don't know whether you can take a shot of that and zoom into it. It says switching on heating control.
Yeah, so just wait till I see, this is something I haven't done before in this space, is to take a screenshot. Will I just see how I...
Or if...
Hold on, I'm going to try this through just another app, Snagit. I'll just try.
Hold on, let me just move this, see if there's another one. It might be better. Yeah, it's the one here.
Yep. What I'll do is I'll do a screen capture, I think, of that right in a minute, right? When you set that, okay, just hold on, Glide, then I probably have to make a little box around it somewhere. Where the hell did it go? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So just give me, so if you put that into the mix, I'll take a shot at that, Michael. Okay.
Okay. Is that okay?
But no, at the moment, sorry. Oh, I don't know what. Oh, sorry. Maybe it's frozen on that at the moment. Hold on. Yeah, move it around because your screen is gone. Your screen is frozen there. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, just hold on. Wait there a minute. Now it's going. Okay, just hold on. Just hold it. Hold on, where the bloody hell is this on? So I just need to get a capture of this. All right, hold on, capture. Finally, I think I've got a capture. Yep. So what I've got is that. So record a video, redo selection. Now I've got that. Take the shot.
And then there's this other page.
Okay. So, oh yeah. So let me do that again. Let me just take that one as well. So I can just capture that. Hold on. Take a photograph of it. Excellent. All right. So I've got those two, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I have them on another screen here. So I'm going to hopefully be able to look at those.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Just can I ask you again, Michael, the one of them, would I just see what came out well and what did, let me see. The first one came out quite clearly. Okay. The other one had a bit of camera shake on it. So we'll take the second page again. All right.
Okay.
Just wait, light. I need to set it up. Hold on.
I'm just going to try and get where there's better light. That might be better there.
Oh. Yeah, so hold on. We're just going to take another one of it there and just see. Hold on. Right, excellent. Just hold it there. I just want to blow in and see if I can read it. So timer instructions. The details not great for some reason other than that.
Would it be better if I took a photograph of it and sent you the photograph?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, actually, that's what we'll do. All right. So
yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is, again, I didn't know what we were looking at first. So what I get to do is, you set it up on your phone and take it and WhatsApp me the photos. I'll have a look at those and I'll read the instructions. And then what I'll do is
get back to me then.
I'll come back to you and we'll have another little meet. So, and just again, for anybody who's viewing this, this is a first off exercise, but my idea around this is that people are asking me, why would you want to use Zoom and what's all this useful for? There's a real practical issue. Like, we're a long distance from each other, and more importantly, what do I know about it? But the chances are that other guys in sheds around the world could come in and help each other, whether it's from Ireland right through to the States, through to Australia. Someone might have a view, and if you're watching this and you do, please come back and let us know. And what I say is, anything I learn in the loop, I put it back into the loop so that other people can learn from. So you do that, Michael, make the photograph, come back and we'll set this up again. Okay.
Okay. That's fine.
And I'll ring you separately about it. Okay. Good. So I hadn't recorded this element, so we can catch up on this. So just for anybody we forgot to record part of this. So just the first section of this video was Michael at least identifying the parts. I have found so Michael is, 4 hours distant from me. He's in the motorhome looking at the heater system. We've now discovered that this manual or document that you see here now is the instruction sheet for how to control the programmer. You know what, I'm just wondering, it looks like I'm in, I just wonder if my PC is overloading or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'll just try this again. Sorry, just 1 minute, Michael. I got to try that screen share again.
Yeah, but in one moment, in the next few minutes, I might have to just run in and get the power lead for me phone. Me battery's going down a little bit. I didn't realize I had so little power in it, but I'm okay for a few minutes. I'll let you know if I have to do
and
it.
what we can do is, because actually the great thing about all of this, when you come in all this unprepared, all sorts of things happen. So what I just see where my stop sharing. So what I just want to stop sharing for a moment. So again, that's the panel that we're looking at. I just want to take this over. So just get this again. So the one thing is, just wait till I get this screen share to, so screen 3. Yeah, okay, I was just sharing the wrong screen. Right. So what I said is that we've worked out that this hydronic Eberspecher D5, these programmers and temperature meter are what Michael's looking at there. So what we were looking at was, we've gone through the process of turning the programmer on and off, turning the heating on and off from the program. But the question is that it's maybe stuck in a time cycle. So what we started looking at here was how to deactivate. Okay.
Yeah.
So, right. So what we've done, right. So what is it here now? With the symbol showing in the program, hold the key until the preset 1 starts. So hold on, I just see what it said to switch off the heater. Yeah. To deactivate the screen times. And again, my screen is going to go crazy. So just to say to you, what's strange for me, Michael, is that I'm working with I'm working off a laptop, which it should be fast enough to do all this. I really don't know that there's something that's clogging up. It maybe just bleeds into the system. I don't know, but I'm just going again. I don't seem to be sharing the right screen. Hold on. Stick with me a minute. Screen 3, share. Okay. So I hope that's what I'm sharing. To deactivate preset times, you press the -P button and then the thing will go from, it'll display change to deactivate the preset times, change the display from the P1, P2, P3 to the P with a dash through it. Okay. So what have you got at the moment then?
I've got P1, P2, P3.
Okay, so it would appear to me, if you want to deactivate the preset times, you press the P button until you get back to the P with a stroke through it, which would suggest, yeah, that suggests that no program, isn't that right?
Okay, yeah, well, that's it. Their program's cancelled. Yeah, can you see that? I have that on the screen now.
Right now, you know, when you press your temperature button, is there any impact on that at this stage then with that? Just move your camera over there.
Sorry, no. I was wondering if I put the key in the ignition.
Yeah, that's another possibility, but you know, yeah, what you would never want is to be able to have to run the battery down. I mean, that makes no sense, you know, if you had any.
Yeah, I know that. It should be on the letter, but just as a matter of. No, it didn't make a difference. No, it's not going down and it's not going either way. I have nothing on it.
Okay.
Now, let me just try that with the fan speed high-low. Put that to the heating.
Right.
Hold it in. Oh, hold on, I have to push this button first. Sorry.
Okay.
And oh yeah, now I have illumination.
All right, hold on. I want to see where I.
Hold on.
Yeah, I seem to.
And I heard a noise in the fan as well.
All right. So, do you know what made that happen?
Well, I switched it to the heating switch down here, but I also put the ignition on.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Right. So I'm putting. Now the temperature's gone up halfway.
Yeah. So that's the set point. Illuminated. Yeah.
And that's illuminated.
Right.
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 So that's illuminated both sides. I've got the hot water heating switch down on. So now all I want to know is what's the next process?
Right now, there's no fans
to kick in and start operating.
There's no fans or anything making noise at this stage, no?
Yeah, well, the fan down at the bottom here, it made a noise as if it turned a few times, and you could hear the power got to it, but right. it stopped now. It only does that for about 10 seconds.
Okay. So at the moment, I'm just looking at something about fault diagnostics here, right?
But everything seems to be set right here at the moment at this.
I'm just wondering about obviously, next thing I'm thinking about is a fuel supply, isn't that right?
Well, yeah, well, the fuel supply comes from the diesel tank and it's half full.
Right.
So there's diesel in the tank.
Right. I just wanted to see, it talks about fault codes, but I'm just wondering where you would see fault codes. Yeah. It talks here about a glow plug. There's a glow plug obviously in there.
See, the only thing I'm thinking about, Liam, now is when the immobilizer from the vehicle switches on, which is on now, the van's immobilized. When you turn the ignition on, the ignition comes on, but it immobilizes the glow plugs from the engine, so they don't heat up and the engine won't turn over. So I'm wondering now, if it immobilizes the glow plugs from the engine, does it also immobilize the glow plug from the heater?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Maybe all the power going to the whole engine is isolated, which means that part of the engine's isolated as well. Because the fuel pump won't work on the engine.
Right. So I'm just wondering about how to.
The lift pump doesn't work.
Okay. So
I'd safely say the next step is to get that isolator fixed before.
Oh yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to suggest.
Before anything else can operate here.
Yeah, I've opened up a number of, I think, English links that are useful. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and pull these into a format that I can text. I can WhatsApp you these links, okay? So that at least you can look at the same stuff that I have evolved. So if we're both looking at this stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these videos as they are and essentially put a little front end on them to say, look, anybody, any ideas, come back in. Because apart from anything else, just there's a lot of fellas sitting on their arses at the moment in houses wondering what to be doing for the afternoon, you know, and you never know what might come out of this. So I'm just going to, again, I'll try and share the screen to capture what I see here. Okay, so that's on that screen. There is it does talk here about a glow plug interruption, carry out functional check, and the glow plug as fitted. So I suppose that glow plug and all will probably be in the unit at the engine, isn't that right?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm looking up here at what appears to be the sectional diagram. Okay, so look at, if we just hold that, I'll just stop the screen share, right? And say, right. What I do is,
if you can send them on to me, I'll have a wee look at them.
Yeah,
and then we can get back when I study them a wee bit.
Yeah. So actually, what you'll do for me, will you WhatsApp me an email address, and I'll pull these into a document, all the links, and then we can both be looking at the same information. Then is that okay?
Yes. Okay.
So when this is finished, you WhatsApp me your address then, okay? And I'll also
do that.
Yeah, and I can I'll also send a link to where the video is. You can have a look at it. I mean, I don't know how this has turned out, but I think the idea is wonderful. Like, obviously, it'd be great if we were talking about something we knew something about.
I know, but
anyway, look, I say you're not going anywhere today in that motorhome of yours, isn't that right?
No, that's correct and right. Correct and right.
All right. Well, look at I know your battery's going to go, so we'll kill this at the moment. You send me the email. I'll pull the documents together and we'll follow this up. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
All right,
Neil. Will do.
Take care. Bye bye. Right.
Thanks.
Right.
Bye bye.